Today we'll use Reshuffle to build a simple microservice returning a movie poster image. The microservice exposes a single API endpoint that receives a name of the movie and returns the poster image. It starts with an HTTP request, which triggers execution of a movie poster script. The script contacts a service called IDER, which resolves the movie name into a whole lot of information, including a unique ID, which we can then use to tap another service called Movies Anywhere that returns a poster image, which we can then return to the user. Let's see this in action. The URL with the name of the movie, we can hit enter and get the poster image. Let's build this in Reshuffle. We start by creating a new script. We'll call it poster demo. Use an HTTP connection as a trigger to start the script's invocation. It will be a GET request, and we'll just use the path demo for now. We immediately get a framework for an HTTP endpoint already configured and running. Let's see what happens when we tap this path. We use https reshuffle/api/demo. And we get OK as expected and returned here. This framework basically uses the same concept of request and response as any standard JavaScript Express-based server. We can get the name of the movie out of the request, and we can paste here code that will let us access IDER. But in order to do that, we need to add a connection to our script. So we'll go in here and add a connection to the IDER service. Just add it in here. Notice that we don't need to know what the IDER service's API endpoint is. We don't need to know what protocol IDER uses. We can just use these actions to apply a simple query to IDER. We pass it the name of the movie, say we're looking for a movie which is valid and is a performance type. We check that we actually get some movies back, and here is the actual IDER as the ID returned from the IDER service. Let's go ahead and return this to the user and see what happens now. Of course, we'll have to pass our demo script the name. We'll use abominable again, and we get the IDER ID for that movie. We're not going to build the whole thing right now. We already have it built right here. So as you can see, this is a familiar piece of code that we wrote earlier. Just get the name out of the query, use the IDER service to resolve the movie name into an ID. We then tap Movies Anywhere. The service here is called MAD, Movies Anywhere Data. Of course, we had to add it here into our connectors. And that returns a lot of title information, including the poster frame picture. We use fetch to get this image from Movies Anywhere and return it to the user using standard HTTP practices. And again, if we tap this URL, we get the image back. We can do it with other movies as well. Let's try Superman here, and we get this poster name for Superman. So there you go. And with just a few minutes and a few clicks, we've been able to tap into two services, the IDER service and the Movies Anywhere service. We needed to know very little about their APIs, and we can build this small microservice that returns a poster image. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.